We're going to take a few minutes to use the quadratic equation to solve problems. In the last video we used it, but I want to make sure that we have a good grasp of it before we do any of the others. Again, here's the quadratic equation. Minus b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Typically used when you cannot easily factor something. The other thing that's super important is it must be in descending order. So whenever you have an equation, so let's say it's 3x squared plus 2x plus 3, you have to be in descending order. So x squared, x to the first, x to the 0. Now x to the 0 equals 1, so that's gone. So it's really never ever written, but it has to be in descending order. If it's not in order, put it in order first. Highest function, so it'll be square, and work down, and then you'll be able to use this. So let's take an example and use a quadratic equation. 20x squared plus 13x minus 21 equals 0. Using the quadratic equation, just a reminder, this is A, this is B, this is C. So minus B is minus 13 plus or minus the square root of B squared. Now this will be a section where you might get to use your calculator, but you have to know the quadratic equation by memory. So 13 times 13 is 169. Minus 4 times A, which is 20, and C is minus 21. So the number is going to get really big. So definitely this is one that you would have a calculator, but you would have to know the equation to plug it in on. So that's 1680, and a minus is a plus. So this is a plus 1680. So added together plus 169 equals 1849. So it's minus 13 plus or minus the square root of 1849 over 2 times A, which is 40. Okay? Now, if you take the square root of 1849 and take the square root of 1849 equals 43. So that is minus 13 plus or minus 43. That's an exact square over 40. So what you get is, there's two answers here, minus 13 plus 43 over 40, and minus 13 minus 43 over 40. So quick math here is 30 over 40, okay, because 43 minus 13 is 30 over 40. If I take the zeros off, that's 3/4. There's one answer. And in this case, they're both minuses, so I can add them together. So that's 56 minus 56 over 40. Okay? So what can I take out of that? 7 times 8 is 56, and 8's in there. So that's 8 times 5, and that's 7 times 8. Take the 8's out, so I end up with minus 7/5. Don't miss the minus sign. And so that's how you use the quadratic equation to solve. Okay, so here's another example real quick. Just plugging values in. This is not going to be a very long video. If you end up having something like this, where you had 7x squared plus 4x minus 3 equals 0, and you have to use the quadratic, so it's minus b, which is minus 4, plus or minus square root of b squared, which is 16, minus 4 times a times c over 2 times a. I'm doing that a little quicker this time. So it's going to be minus 4 plus or minus square root of, 7 times 4 is 28. 28 times 3 is 84. All that becomes a plus 84. Add that together, plus 16, just showing you the math, is 100. Okay? So it's 100 and over 14. Well, I know the square root of 100 is 10, so the two answers are minus 4 plus 10 over 14, and minus 4 minus 10 over 14. So that's 6 over 14. That's a 6 over 14. Take the 2 out, so I get 3/7 reduced. And then this one's minus 14 over 14, which is obviously minus 1. And so those are my two values. This is a very quick video. It's making sure that you can use this equation. You have to know this one by heart, but be able to use it to solve for it. So in the next video, you'll get to try some more.